Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of Friday Night Review. I am Scalz, and tonight it is just me and Cam, the two boys running the show. How you doing tonight, Cam?
Doing pretty good, man. This was a pretty sleeper of a Smackdown, but it ended really, really well. So glad to be here.
Yeah, I mean the show tonight. They had they had its big moments. They had the little.
It's like I said, it's an active thing going on, and I'm curious to see where they go with it.
Let's move over to how they opened the show now. So we're going backwards. We started at the end. Now we're going to go to the beginning. Um, the coronation of Nia Jax and her Queen of the Ring. I I don't know about you. I'm actually loving Nia Jax right now and her character and the way she's developed since she's been back in this run. What do you think about her?
Like I said, she's definitely done. She's definitely doing her job. A lot better. I think. Since the first time she was with the company. And then with her winning the Queen of the Ring, it's just going to make her an even bigger heel because she's just going to. You got to think about the amount of people she's just going to annoy with. The Queen has arrived, and she's just going to start talking like that or whatever. So it just plays into her heel persona now even more so. So I think she's going to take that and elevate her character even more. So her character work is definitely is definitely evolving and she looks good. She definitely looks good. She definitely looks like she's lost even more weight now. So she's definitely in fighting form for sure. So I'm curious
Jesus
to see where
Christ,
they go from
Shadow.
there. Of course.
um, yeah, I mean, I thought the match at Queen of the Ring was pretty good between her and Lyra. Love the ending, how they built that in out of that, and just the way that she's presenting herself as the queen, like when she got out of the ring and then she just stopped, fixed her hair, fixed her crown, and then kept moving on. And then you had her prominent throughout the show again. She went in the back, she was interrupting Kayla doing an interview, like of Naomi, and like getting involved in everything. In this segment, you had Bailey come out, or at least attempt to, because she didn't even make it down the ramp before she got attacked by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. What do you think of the story that's building from that?
Now, I mean, initially, I think something like this I would have picked apart simply because it's like, you have your champion and what they do and what they say is important, and I feel like they should be given that time to do and say what they need on television, and be able to be given that time without being interrupted unnecessarily or attacked or whatever. But this actually shockingly played into Bailey being even more over, if that's even humanly possible. Because after this whole segment, I mean, they're still chanting Bailey. So now it just looks like the cards are just stacked against Bailey once again. She obviously had to, call on her friend Naomi and for a tag match against Piper Niven and Chelsea Green later in the show. So yeah, it's just going to make Bailey even more over. And once again, it's giving Chelsea Green and Piper Niven some more direction, giving them something to do since they're not really doing a whole lot right now in the tag team division currently. So I'm liking it. Like I said, it's
And
just getting Bailey more over.
the story is going on like between Piper and Bailey, like throughout Twitter. Like they're going at it in every direction. I love that they've been using social media a lot more in regards to building up the storylines because it keeps the fans that don't watch the shows invested. And the way that they built this up, it's actually going to it's going to build off into different feuds as well. Because when Naomi went into Nick Aldis's office to inquire about the match, Blair Davenport was in there and she interrupted her. I think that's who we're going to see Blair's first feud is her versus Naomi. And I think we
That's
can
very
get that.
interesting. Yeah.
And that'll be great
Hmm.
because they both can work. And then the match that we got tonight before the main event between Naomi and Bailey and Chelsea and Piper, Chelsea won. Like, that's big for her. She, even though it was like a fluke win, like how she gets them, but still, her and Piper won. That means that we're going to see Piper at versus Bailey at some point, and I think that's coming probably at Clash. Do we have Piper take the belt off of Bailey there?
I mean, it's possible. Like I said, once again, you just don't know with these championship reigns. You don't know the time frame anymore. You don't know if we're going to see long championship reigns or short championship reigns. You just don't know, but it is very possible.
Because we've all been waiting for Bailey to get her time in the sun with the belt. Now that she's had it, I really want to know how long she's going to keep it because she deserves a lengthy title reign.
Absolutely.
It's just there's a lot of good challengers on SmackDown, and they've done well building up this division. The addition of Nia Jax, Piper Niven getting back into the title picture where she belongs and should have been the entire time because she's a great worker. You have Chelsea Green who could be that potential. You have Bianca and Jade. Like the women's division on SmackDown is stacked. And this is going to be a great next 10 months.
Absolutely. I agree totally.
Will Gray saying Cam's beard is my favorite part about wrestling right now. Shadow, him and Piper are friends. Nah, he wishes one day. Yeah, it's just I'm very intrigued to see how we get through the match that of Piper and Bailey, and two, where it goes from there. Does it lead to Piper versus Nia? Because that would be a great match. Like, there's
I mean,
so many possibilities.
we could even see a triple threat, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. I see Piper versus Bailey ending in some, either some kind of controversial finish or it ends in a DQ because of Nia's involvement or something of that nature. And then we may even get a triple threat come SummerSlam or Money in the Bank or something like that. It'll just, again, once again, it'll just stack the deck against Bailey even more. Now she's in there with, two of the most dominant women right now on SmackDown with Nevin and Nia Jax. So you could even have that happen.
And tonight you had a segment backstage with Mishin and Nia getting involved with each other. She's getting thrown into the storyline with this. Like, there's a lot of possibilities going on. Let's see. Was there anything else in regards to the women on the show tonight?
Well, you had a backstage with obviously I think you just mentioned that I think, but Nia and Mi Chen.
Mm-hmm. We also had the Bianca and Jade too.
Yeah.
Where they were walking in the back. They got interrupted by Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell's blaming them for Candice LeRae getting injured. And then next thing you know, Jade stepping to Indy and it's like, well, you want a match? Let's go. I could do the same to you. And then Indy backs down. But next week we'll get Jade Cargill versus Indy Hartwell. So that should be a good match. Yeah, I mean we got some good interesting segments, but I think that's it though, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we covered everything.
All right. Well, let's head on out for the evening. Where can we find you, Cam?
Well, you can find me right here every single Friday night with Friday Night Review with Scalz and whoever we decide to have on, or if anybody. And then, of course, you can find me on our sister page on River City Radio every single Monday night on the table spot after Monday Night Raw with Mike and, of course, the Alpha Wolf Sean. And, of course, on Wednesday night, same place, every single Wednesday night after AEW Dynamite with The Boom with myself, Phil Khan, and, of course, Metalcore Mike. And then on my socials, you can find me on TikTok at Call Me Cam G, Cam's Wrestling Corner, and Cam's Squared Circle Mania. And then on Twitter /X, you can find me there at Cam and Cheese 317. And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon Eggs and Cam.
I am Scalz. You can find me here on both Tuesdays and Fridays on NXT on Tap and FNR. You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at off the top media _. If you want, we also have a Discord where you can come in there. We do predictions for all the PLEs, all the pay-per-views. It's a yearly tournament. It's very fun. It's a great time. There's a prize at the end. In addition to that, we do giveaways. I will be starting a giveaway tomorrow to have a winner announced by the end of June. I hope that everybody enjoyed the show tonight. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, drop some comments, share it out there, help us continue to grow so we can keep bringing you content like this. Again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Hope you all have a great evening. Have a great night.